Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. So today I decided to react to a video that I've seen a while ago on my recommended, which is from Yaro G, where he basically made a tier list of Brolys. And if you know my channel or me, if you don't, please subscribe and ring the bell. I main Brolys in Dragon Ball Legends. Even if I don't really do PvP that often, I still main Broly whenever I can in that game, so I guess I have some knowledge when it comes to Brolys and how they behave. At least that's what I think. So I'm just gonna jump straight into it and see his own tier list, and at the end of this video I'll probably be making my own tier list with my own personal biases. So let's just jump straight into it, because that's what you guys are here for, to see my reaction to Yaro G's video. So I haven't put my headphones yet, and starting off we have number 1, abs, building, Cheelai not approved, and diabetes. If I'm being honest, if we're talking about DBS Broly, whatever he does makes us have diabetes, because he's extremely cute, the girls love him, he's adorable, so I guess that technically all the Broly should be going to diabetes. Also, I like his mask.
Alright boys, today is a special day.
Is this a special day? I don't know, it depends.
I think there's only 11. We're not including the garbage extremes and the garbage heroes.
The garbage extremes? What is this and what is that? What do you mean garbage extremes? They're here! What do you mean garbage? They're here, bro. You probably said it for like all the lists that of course the people won't be putting heroes, because I mean, heroes suck.
Units could mean we could get a new Broly soon.
I hope so. I really hope so. I honestly hope that it's gonna be red, because the red Broly we have, in my opinion, is not that great. So I'm really expecting a new red Broly, maybe an Ultra or an LF, and especially if it is DBZ Broly, because we have a lot of DBS Brolys. You can make a full team with DBS Broly only. I also use it. But you can't make a full team with DBZ, so hopefully next unit is gonna be DBZ Broly, red, LF, or Ultra. Ow!
One tier, so we're only picking one unit that is the best one out there. AKA,
okay.
You already know what it is, so you might as well just click off the video now. And speaking of which,
it's LF Broly. We all know it's LF Broly.
So for A tier, we have abs, because Broly's abs are probably second to none, so that's why it's A tier. B is bold.
No, it's just abs. If it was just abs, it's everything. But okay.
Because Broly's bulging biceps are second to...
Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Wait, never mind.
No, they can't guarantee, they can compare. The only one that you can technically compare the abs to, or in this case the pecs to, it's going to be Cumber. Because other than Cumber and Broly, I don't think no one has the biggest boobs. Maybe Super 13, but no one talks about Super 13.
C stands for Cheelai not approved, and speaking of which...
That's all DBZ Broly.
Never, because he does absolutely no damage. He might as well just have diabetes. So let's jump right in. Broly Yellow Extreme. Oh, he's kind of bulging. I'm not gonna cap. Alright, if I can remember the kit correctly, this guy buffs yellow units to hell. Yeah. Alright, this yellow Broly's really good. Only if you can narrow down the playstyle, aka every single extreme unit out right now.
His main ability is great because he can switch. I don't know how many times, I don't know if it's 13 or something, 30, sorry. I don't remember which, but you can use a no switch, so it can be great if you want to lock in your opponent and just try to destroy them. It's a very good extreme, and despite his age, he's still pretty good. And if you run yellows, at least you need to put him on bench, because he is that good, and he's still a bit reliable, to be honest. So I completely agree, he is bulging, I agree. Alright.
You might as well just
we are in a good start.
Oh, that's fine. The fact that the poor Zenkai Broly, he's pretty good. He's quite abby. I think
agree.
He's really good in a mono purple team because he kind of nullifies the element factor, so that's pretty good against yellow.
That is true.
But other than that, if you have a very, 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 very good purple team and you got Super Vegito in it, his defenses are pretty good. But at the end of the day, if you're fighting a mono purple team and this guy's in it and you decide to do a Rising Rush, you know he's getting sacked off. So out of all the mono...
Yeah, I know, he's still pretty decent. Of course, he gets overshadowed by much better units, especially purple, like you said, mono purple. It never went this Broly, I believe, in mono purple. Again, you can like switch with the element factor, but it's not really enough to be that viable. So for me, he's a bit between the abs and the bulging. Of course, I'm always going to be biased, so the higher the bully, the better. But he's between abs and bulging. He really excels in Super Saiyan teams as well, not just Mono Purple, but Super Saiyan. He's very, very strong. If you back him up, he is a powerhouse, but very niche. Most likely won't be seeing or using him that often, so he's for sure abs, between abs and bulging. Although I vote for more abs.
What this guy's kit is, and it's quite diabetes. It's not that good, and it's basically a copy and paste from the Cheelai assist. So it's basically Broly sparking, but worse. His main passive, or what I think is the main good thing about this unit, is that he's a last standing unit. He has double damage when he's a last standing unit. But if this guy is your last unit in PvP, just forfeit. What the hell's the point?
I honestly, this is the biggest disagreement I have so far in this list. Okay, let me just go a little bit back. I don't agree at all. Diabetes, only because he's adorable, and I just completely snort. I snort this Broly. It's pure sugar. I just snort the crap out of him because he is, in fact, my favorite yellow Broly in all the games. Okay, in all the games. In Dragon Ball Legends, he is my favorite Broly. I just love using him. He's very tanky. Great. I actually do like his kit. Of course, Yaro G is right. You're not really going to use him as a last stand unit. Why use him when you can use someone else? I don't think you should forfeit because the damage is still pretty good and depends on how you buff the team. If you didn't buff this Broly at all in your team and need less than unit, it's gonna be like, of course, ass. But I think that you can actually make it work. But again, comparing this to the meta is not going to be viable. None of these Brolys in the meta is going to be that viable except for LF Broly, and even nowadays you don't always see him. Alright, so in terms of PvP liability, none of these will actually work that well. Okay, so I'm taking a little bit away from the PvP meta, or else they will all be kind of diabetes or Cheelai not approved, in my opinion. This is my opinion, okay? But I use this Broly a lot, and I really like this Broly. I do like his kit. He's still a pretty good last stand unit. He's very bulky. He's a very bulky last stand unit, okay? And I really love his green cards. Ki, you never miss on Ki. He's a great team member as well. If you have any Broly that lacks Ki, he is a great asset. I just really love to run this Broly. So far, I don't have much critique when it comes to him. Just that he's not extreme, alright? But even being extreme, he is pretty good. I could put him on Cheelai not approved, but he will be between bulging and Cheelai not approved. Diabetes, I totally disagree.
Broly. Oh, alright, I somehow balanced this out pretty good, but I think he's kind of C tier. I don't know, Cheelai. Unfortunately, Cheelai does not approve this, but it was pretty much approved when he was coming out.
I think that Red Broly nowadays, he is indeed between diabetes and Cheelai not approved. I would argue that I have an easier time doing anything with Extreme DBS Broly more than with Red Broly. Even in Battle Gauntlet, you guys see my videos, Extreme Yellow Broly, he's good. He is good on the Battle Gauntlet. I always have a good time with him. But Red Broly, yeah, no. Cheelai not approved? I agree. I wish he was better. When he got the Zenkai, I was so hoping that he will pump him up. Like, oh fine, I can use him. No, you can't use him. I mean, you can. You just, it's not great. So sadly, it is Cheelai not approved. So he's between Cheelai not approved and diabetes, but for the sake of my heart, it's gonna be on Cheelai not approved.
That was the most beautiful thing ever. Okay, when the Broly movie came out, and this was the first Broly, Super Broly that came out. Oh, just my pants straight.
That was great. Honestly, this Broly is what made me go to Dragon Ball Legends. I first saw this on Twitter, I believe, because I follow some Broly artists. I saw his model, and I was like, Dragon Ball Legends, what is this? There's gonna be a new Broly Dragon Ball Legends. What is Dragon Ball Legends? I saw Dokkan by accident, then I deleted Dokkan to install it again afterwards, but who cares? Then I got Legends and like, this is Legends! Oh, Broly! And that's when I started playing Dragon Ball Legends. I think it was a week before he came out, because of course Legends post all the characters first and a few days or a few weeks after post the event, so it was like a few weeks or a few days before he dropped. I loved him. I farmed for him so badly. Great unit. Again, when it came out was S in A tier.
But yeah, 4 years later, oh my god, that's such a long time. He has not aged well.
There we go. Okay.
That's honestly normal, so he is in C tier. I do not want to.
I don't think he's normal. I still think he's pretty garbage. Yeah, I think he can only fare decently well if you pair him with Turles, Yellow Turles, because Yellow Turles has those like side effects from him being a playable character on your team. And he will buff Broly a little bit with the key recovery and everything, so you can spam cards. Because with this Broly, you technically want to use greens to boost yourself and do strikes to even boost your power immensely, but at what cost? Key. So he, to be good, needs a lot of key, and we have other Brolys who do that job much better and more reliably, so yeah, that's that.
Cheelai Broly. It would be really ironic if he was in C tier. I think the only reason why he's good is he's good at delaying. His green card can basically be comboed, and I feel like his card draw speed is pretty good. It was honestly average, so that's why he's C tier. Free to play Broly, I forgot.
Okay. So he didn't talk much about the unit itself. Broly Cheelai Assist is also one of my favorite units, but I don't use him a lot in PvE content, except the Tournament of Power. He's actually pretty good in Tournament of Power if you care for that game mode. Like, who cares, but he's pretty good there. Because of the cost of switching. Because when you switch, I believe he heals himself as well, and he gets boosted whenever he switches out. So he's a great unit for that. Problem is, it's a lot of setup for little build-up. Basically what I'm trying to say is, he needs a lot of build-up to be decent, and when he's decent, someone else already kicked his ass. That's what I'm trying to say. So for me, he is between bulging and Cheelai not approved. Sadly, he is a bit too niche. I think he's a bit more niche than Extreme DBS Broly, but I still think he's a little bit better when he's being executed properly. But again, he's not great. So he is between bulging and Cheelai not approved, because he is pretty good when you hit that mark. But the way to hit that mark, or you manage to really survive until then and pays off, or you'll get annihilated.
I don't even have him to 14 stars, but let's just assume he's 7 stars right now for this tier list. I'll say bulging. You can read it in my fucking eyes. I don't play this dude.
I have to think of my. I can tell. I can tell you don't play. Okay, he is not bulging, he is Cheelai approved, he is a little bit like Red Broly, Purple Broly, they're like So what does he do really well? Debuffing, and his strikes are a beast. He is very strong. Problem, the lack of key on this guy is atrocious. You are always with lack of key. He is, in my opinion, he's a sore thumb on my party. When I have to run a purple, I never use him. I prefer to use the superior DBS Zenkai Broly. Even non-Zenkai Broly is better than this one. I never managed to like it. I don't like the playability of this guy. Yeah, he does where he does like that bowl shield. I don't remember if he can combo with it. Like he can. And when that shield hits, he restores key. But the only way for you to get good key boost is by doing that. Which is not bad, but it's just so situational that you prefer to save that green for something else or someone else, right? His blast is shit. Again, his red hits so hard. That's why for me, I guess in terms of strikes, he's better than Red Broly, but everything else just puts him. He's definitely not Cheelai approved. He's not bulging, or between bulging and Cheelai approved. He is with Red Broly on the same neck and neck with Cheelai approved. They could be good, and they are good when they have a successful team behind it to build them up.
With the Zenkai, I'll say he's there. I am maybe nearly equal with this one. Green card always catches me off guard when I'm playing as him, and also when my opponent is playing him. I don't know why. It's the weirdest freaking green card in the game, but it still works. And he's also pretty good in defenses and all that stuff. He's overall good.
Yeah.
And the other thing I want to say is that for some strange reason, when he uses his blue card, it's the biggest wild card in existence. It could do 0 damage, or it can do 5,000% damage and basically one-shot someone. I have no idea how that works. Don't comment how it works. I'd like to not know. Yellow defense.
Okay. But for those who may want to know, in case you guys want to know, I believe that his green card is a bomb when you pair it with his green, his blue. He's great when you pair it up with his green. So if you want that big heavy damage, need equips Z to Z plus that focus a lot on special move damage, and maybe try to run Bardock with him. But again, it's just Bardock may not be necessary. But you need to have those equips and then use a green and a blue, because the damage is increased when you're used after a green card. So that's how you do so much damage, and that's why this Broly is still pretty good, because he has a cover change. He's still very tanky despite his years, and the Zenkai was actually pretty decent. Unlike Purple Broly, where people say the Zenkai was kind of meh, not that great, Green Broly Zenkai was actually pretty decent. He was a bit better in my opinion than the Purple Zenkai, so he got the boost that he needed. And recently I've actually defeated who was it? I think it was Super 13 with this Broly. He's still pretty good. He's still really good. I actually do love using this Broly, and I believe I have like a subscriber or a viewer whose favorite Broly is this one. So yeah, this is still a pretty good Broly.
I'm trying my best to make him good, but he's honestly not that good. I'd say he's top.
Yeah,
You know what? I'm gonna
I agree.
move you around. Why did I make this guy worse than this guy before? Okay, it's so hard to play this guy. I'm just gonna say it out right now. I mean, I appreciate he has an ultimate card, but at the end of the day, he's a movies team. And for yellow units and movies team, are you honestly bringing out this guy?
True. He is kind of right, because for yellow I use a Broly. Unless you're like me and mains Broly just because I'm Broly obsessed. I just really like Broly. Right, so actually we're talking about you. No, yeah, okay, you. It's your skinny version, but it's you. So, Yellow Broly, he's squishy AF. He's very squishy. And honestly, he is a kind of character that is great until he uses his ulti, then he is just useless. After he uses his ulti move, you might as well just sacrifice him on a Rising Rush, because this guy is only good when you're doing everything to pay off that ulti, and or that ulti KOs the opponent, or you just wham, you just die. All right, that Broly is pretty decent. You can really make it work, because when you attack, I believe he gets a little bit of health, so he has that sustain, but his sustain is not enough if he gets combo. If he gets combo, he probably next time he's gonna implode. It's just kaboom, alright?
What?
But he's still pretty good. His blue cards are still pretty good. They still do a lot of good damage. And I agree, he's for sure not above bulging. He is definitely a good standard bulging. He's like, he is the skinny P, okay? He is.
Hey, it's your boy, Skinny P.
He is decent. He is pretty decent.
Green Broly, I like this dude. He is below 80. I'll put him a lot higher, but I don't know. He kind of aged now. I mean, nullified special cover change. That's very Gucci. Card draw speed. That's very Gucci. His main ability. That's Gucci. Oh, his blue card animation.
Green card. Everything.
Hands again. But yeah, for me, he doesn't do that much damage anymore. So unless he gets like a platinum equipment or a Zenkai boost.
I believe he has a platinum.
Okay, Zenkai boost. Realistically, I'll probably put him in B tier, but low A tier is still nice. All right.
That is because of all the Brolys, he's technically the most recent one. And the thing with metas and everything, almost all the characters, they age pretty quickly, okay? And even with that aging, this Broly is still very, very reliable. So I do agree he's for sure abs. He's definitely above bulging. He said B tier or he said A tier? Oh, I think he said B tier. Sorry about that frame, which you look a bit... Okay, I don't want to be that person. Let me just put you in a better frame. There you go. For me, he's A tier. I don't think he's B tier yet. But he's for sure A tier when it comes to Broly's. In the whole meta, he's still a pretty good green. He's still pretty good green. Especially if you bring a Zenkai with his new equip, like Yaro G mentioned. He has got the equip. Not just for him, but for green movies. And he's pretty good. It's a pretty decent equip. And it does help him a lot. And if you pair him with the green Broly for the Zenkai, he is really strong. So he's for sure abs.
Oh, A tier is still nice. Alright, we literally have only 2 units, and it's pretty much a no-brainer which one's number 1.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do this last one first, though. He's pretty diabetes. He is the top diabetes. He's pretty good when he came out, but he's one of the first units that came out.
He was great. When he came out, it was great. I was wrecking it, because remember, at the first time he had to be paid to win. I managed to save a lot of Chrono Crystals to put him at Zenkai 3 at the time, before they made Zenkais more available. I remember spending so much Chrono Crystal on this guy. He was a beast. He was ridiculously strong. He was SZ tier. He was probably, I believe, one of the best Zenkais, in my opinion, at the time. He was that good. He was really good. It's kind of sad to say like a king falls so low. He is the worst Broly. Of all the Brolys, extremes, everything, he is the worst Broly in the whole game. Because I've tried this. I did countless with all the other extremes. He is the worst Broly. His green card, it's not that great. He does force switch, but like a bit like Purple Broly, like the force switch is very niche, and the fact that he restores ki when it's successful, not just whenever you put the green, needs to be successful switch, and it's just very gimmicky. His damage is still pretty good, but his blast suck. Overall, it's just not reliable, and you have so much better Brolys to use than him. He's pretty good bench though, but for sure I agree, he's diabetes.
Well, ultimate card animation ass. Strike attack ass.
It's still pretty good, but not as great, yeah.
Blast animation, that's kind of cool. This is getting very depressing very quick. But yes, this is what you've been waiting for. The number 1 unit, Broly. I wasn't being specific enough. Blue Broly, LF. He's right? Oh my, straight up. But yeah, this Broly in itself is still getting old. I don't think you want to bring him out in PvP unless you have him to like 8 or 9 stars or more. He's still okay. He's still pretty good. His passives are always going to be good when an opponent switches out.
He's still reliable.
Vanish gauge. He has amazing cardio speed. I think he feints a motherfucker sometimes. And he's got a very good ultimate card. The only thing holding him back is that he's kind of old now. And that's why...
Even with his age, he's still a beast. He's still pretty good. I can still use him, alright? May not be like, of course, best of everything in PvP, but I mean, do we expect PvP meta to last for a long time? Just take it a few months and the meta's gonna be switching again like no one's business. That's the gimmick of PvP. You just never know, I guess.
How much, or how little should I say, Brolys there are in this game, and we need a new one to break the meta. Okay,
yes!
I'm looking at you. Endurance or Revival Broly, I'm looking at you. Or a Transformable Broly. Okay, preferably the one when he had blue hair, because that's gonna confuse the fuck out of new fans, which is gonna be amazing.
Yes.
That is all for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoy.
Couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more, Yaro G. I couldn't agree more. Precisely. I really wanted transforming LF for Ultra Broly. Specifically LF, because Ultras are harder to pull, you know what I mean? So I would prefer an LF, just for, you know, from my free-to-play perspective. I would greatly appreciate if it was an LF instead of an Ultra, and if it was base DBZ to Legendary Super Saiyan. That will be great. When he bursts, he has like the blue hair, and then he just bursts into the legendary Super Saiyan. That would be such a great left. And for the Broly team, we need a new red. We need a new red because this DBS Broly is just sadly not making the cut. I wished, but it's not. So right now on the screen down below, I will be showing probably my own tier list. Feel free to tell me your own in the comments below if you play these Brolys. Again, I play every single one of them. I think I have a bit of knowledge. But if you guys are also Broly mains and you have your own personal list, feel free to write in the comments down below. Tell me how much me or Yaro G is wrong. Okay. Because even in Legends, there are different people, different play styles. It's pretty fascinating if you think about it. So yeah, that's all about me and for this video. If you guys like my content, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, ring the bell and all that good stuff. If you want to support me even more, feel free to join the Azure Red Rabbit members here on YouTube by clicking the join button below and be as awesome as these amazing people on the screen. So that's all for me for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope to see you guys on my next video or stream. So stay tuned for those content, my friends.
I'm running really fast.